Also, he leads very nice kirtans here in Bogarato, so you guys connect with him afterwards. Amazing, beautiful sangha once a month that they do. And on my far right, we have Champakalata Devi Dasi. Playing kartal, singing, my dear sister for many years now. And she'll be moving on Monday. We'll miss you. We'll see you again. And on her left and on my right, we have Damodar Das from the Big Island. A new transplant addition to our Sacred Vedic Arts family in Miami, but our dear brother nonetheless. And let's see, on my left over here, we have Doug on the flute. Doug is a hometown hero in these neck of the woods, as it sounds. So thank you for joining us, Doug. Haribol. And then on my left over here, we have dear Madhusudan Das Brahmachari. I'm sure some of you probably know him from the Boca Raton, Manna Bliss sound healing shamanic scene, but here he is now, renouncing his life to be a monk in this beautiful path of Bhakti Yoga. Can everyone say Bhakti Yoga?
Bhakti Yoga.
Bhakti Yoga is the yoga of love and devotion, divine love. We're happy to have you here, Baba. Welcome back from India. And on my far left, we have Miss Ladini Shakti Devi Dasi, who is a yoga teacher here at Manna Bliss. She shares nice mantra yoga flow, a nice addition to the Sacred Vedic Arts community, and we share many nice travels together. Thank you for being here. And so Bhakti Yoga, this Kirtan it's a very family thing, community, right? It's what brings us together. And nothing more than singing these divine names, dancing, feasting, to love, for love, and with love. Sankirtan, Harinam, Sankirtan. Can everyone say Harinam?
Harinam.
Sankirtan.
Sankirtan.
In our traditions, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that in this age of Kali Yuga, this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, where all that can go wrong will go wrong, the simplest means of liberation from this body, mind, soul, beyond the bright light, onto a spiritual platform is through this chanting of the holy names. And so, let's travel 500 years ago. I invite you to close your eyes really quick as we teleport back to West Bengal in Mayapur on the banks of Navadvip, where these two transcendental personalities, on a nice full moon evening, can everyone say Nitai? Nitai. Can you say Gauranga? Gauranga. Nitai. Nitai. Gauranga. 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 Gaura Hari. Gaura Hari. Gaura Hari. So these two divine saintly personalities would travel in every town and village, sharing the holy names, right? They would go knocking door to door saying, please chant Haribol, please chant Haribol, please chant Haribol. And so you may be wondering, what does Haribol mean? And simply put, Haribol means to sing to love, dance to love. Essentially it means hallelujah. Can everyone say hallelujah? Hallelujah! Wow, you guys are a great crowd, I love it. So they went, to every town and village, to the forest where even the dogs, the bears, the tigers would chant Haribol, Haribol. And there's so many glories on these divine personalities. I actually invite Laksmi Prabhu to maybe share a few little glorifications. That's okay? That's it. On Gauranga, just like 2 minutes. You go 3, 5 minutes. He speaks very nicely.
So if you're familiar with the history of Bhakti, around 600 AD is where they say the Bhakti movement began with the Alwars in South India. And what it was, very simply, that there was worship that was taken by the Brahmins or the priests, and they said that only they can connect to God and connect you to God. But there were a number of people that were feeling within their heart that they had a connection already. It was not really something that can be imposed. So they just began to chant in the streets, in their homes, and connecting that way, because Kirtan really means many things, but it means connection to the Supreme by opening your heart. Open the doors to your heart and let Govinda in. So this Bhakti movement began at that time when there was kind of a revolution, a revolt against casteism and all that. And just the simple fact that I can chant anywhere at any time with anybody. So fast forward up to the 16th century, the Chaitanya came, as he said, 500 years ago, with Nitai in West Bengal. And they went out into the streets and just encouraged people to chant. Doesn't matter where you're from, man, woman, child, Muslim, Hindu, Christian, just chant God's names. And they went out, and by their personal example, they were experiencing that love, and therefore they gave others that love. So 500 years later, that movement, that bhakti movement, which was based on chanting, is still going very, very strong. We see it all over the world, many yoga studios, many temples, many ashrams, people in their home. Like my home, I live in East Boca, my home is a sanctuary for chanting. Every morning we get up, my wife and I and my son, and we chant for 2 hours. And then we'll chant this nice kirtan. And then once a month we invite people to come into our homes and chant with us. So very simply, Gauda and Nitai, these two transcendental personalities, inaugurated what he named as the Sankirtan movement. Kirtan means to chant. Sankirtan means altogether it becomes a complete act of exchange of love between our hearts and connection to our heart.